Parapsychology Today, a program of investigation into the realms of the unknown. Suspend your mind for a moment and journey to a world beyond the five senses. Parapsychology Today is a program exploring ideas, theories, and concepts that have been around since ancient times. We'll journey to outer worlds and inner worlds. We'll look into such phenomena as past lives, UFOs, and hauntings. And we'll explore psychic ability as it relates to human potential. We do not intend to prove or persuade, but rather present theories and personal stories of ventures into the world of parapsychology. Whatever your beliefs, we hope this program will start you thinking about a reality beyond the five senses.
Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Parapsychology Today. I'm your host Pauline Nortness and I have a great topic today. I always have a great topic. Today we're talking about tapping and my guest is Robin Friedman. Robin, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you came to do the show with me.
Thank you.
Now before I start, would you tell us a little bit about your background, your titles and everything? your studies. I like to establish your credentials so we know I'm talking to a person knows what she's talking about.
Okay, I am certified in EFT.
Which stands for?
Emotional Freedom Techniques, which is pretty much what tapping is. And I also have other certifications in hypnotherapy, body code, emotion code, belief code, coaching, IET, other certifications as well. But
What's IET?
Integrative energy therapies, which work with angels.
You're already
and
over my
energy.
head. This is great. Yeah. This is great. But tapping's very interesting. In fact, I got really excited about it because I've been reading Nick Ortner's book, The Tapping Solution. So I'm really excited about that. And you actually met Rick Ortner, right?
Right. Back in 2012, his hometown is Newtown, and they had the Newtown school shootings, which are very tragic.
What state was that in?
Connecticut.
Okay.
And he put out an email that said he was going to bring tapping to help his town. And so I became part of that.
You mentioned the word tapping. Now what is tapping? What is it actually?
Tapping is simple touching upon certain acupressure points while holding an emotional issue, which calms the system and sometimes can always help and sometimes is miraculous, brings miraculous relief.
And how long has tapping been around for a long time? I read that it's been around for like 5,000 years. I don't know if that's true, but it's both Chinese acupressure,
yeah, I'll tell you the story. It's actually has not been around that long. 5,000 years ago, though, is when the Chinese mapped out the meridian system. So the meridian system are like rivers of energy that move in the body, rivers of qi, and those were mapped out 5,000 years ago. So the start of EFT, it's a great story, was in late 1980s, I think 1988. Dr. Roger Callahan was and still is a psychologist. He was working with a young woman named Mary. Mary had this water phobia. She'd actually had it since birth or since a very young child, and she would get panic attacks. She couldn't go in. She couldn't swim, she couldn't touch water, she would like literally have, she had a water phobia.
That's beyond, because I don't like being on top of the water, but I don't go crazy. I mean, I could drink water, I can be near a pond. Mm-hmm. This is really something.
So Roger Callahan worked with her for 18 months, every week. So a long time, and he'd try different things, they do talk therapy. One day, so they were working outside and she could see his pool, his swimming pool, kind of out beyond her. And she said, you know, Dr. Callahan, just looking at that water, I get butterflies in my stomach.
Wow.
So when she said, butterflies in my stomach, that gave him an idea because he had just been studying about the meridian points. So stomach meridian, she said stomach meridian has a point right here. This is an important point for stomach meridian. He said, well, just try this. So she was looking at the pool and she just tapped right there. He said, just tap there. And she stopped, she jumped up, she said, it's gone. And he said, oh, the butterflies in your stomach are gone? She said, my fear of water is gone.
Completely gone.
Completely gone.
Wow.
And that was the start. So he started thought field therapy, which I actually love that term, because isn't that true that our thoughts do create forms in our field? Like
now, if you believe in energy, we got to establish the fact that everything is energy, right?
Everything is energy.
We are energy.
We are energy. And so she somehow released that because it was her emotion, her thought, but also her body, right? So the meridians are that. So he went on to create thought field therapy. And he came up with like protocols, recipes for different issues. He put them in this big book, this big notebook, back in the late 1980s, charged $10,000 to learn his techniques, but people were paying it because isn't that amazing? It was worth it.
Yes.
So along comes Gary Craig. Gary Craig was an engineer by training, trained to make things simple, right?
And this was
clear.
complicated.
And he said, you know, Roger, there are only 14 meridians. So what about if we just tap on every meridian for every issue? And basically, he birthed EFT. He gave it to the world for free. Millions of downloads
EFT.
from his initial website. He just passed last week.
Really?
So this is really special that we're doing this today.
The man that developed emotional freedom technique.
And gave it to everybody.
Oh, nice.
So the simple technique is you do focus on something and you tap on all the points. And what this does is it calms the energy system. It calms the nervous system. So instead of an upset nervous system, here's something that upsets you or that you're wondering about, and here's the nervous system. If you calm the nervous system while looking at this upsetting thing, you can't have upset and calm at the same time, and it disperses the energy, and sometimes it works where nothing else does.
You know, it's interesting because since everything is energy and we have these different points, I can understand how that helps. Now, can anyone learn to tap? Children? Anyone?
Children. One of my friends used to teach in a preschool. She had a pretty wild class, the 1 to 2 year olds.
Wow.
And you can imagine.
Yeah, really.
I've been with some little children recently, and she would say, look, Miss Janie is tapping, can you tap? And of course they do what the teacher does.
Yeah.
She said it was the calmest afternoon they'd had.
She calmed them down by having them tap on the meridians. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And you can use it surrogately for pets or children too. And
how do you use it for pets?
You tap for them.
Yeah, because they can't tap. Oh, really? You can calm down. Oh, I got to try that. And my daughter has 3 dogs, and the middle one drives me crazy. Maybe I can start tapping it.
Try it. And actually, Nick Ortner, when he started, he was blown away. I think you've probably read that in his book, by how effective it was.
I love his book.
And he made a documentary, and he called it "Try It on Everything." So, do you have a physical issue? Try it on that. Are you upset about something? Try it on that. Do you have a dog that's barking? Try it on that. So, try it on everything.
I think almost all of us get upset about something, so I can understand how it would help an upset. But what if you have a real physical problem? Like when I was a kid, I was a climber. I fell off a roof, and then I got back and leg problems. Would that help my back and leg problems, even though I have a physical issue?
It could, because there's also trauma. you know, there's physical trauma there, there's
Yeah.
energy. Sometimes I see it like almost like a little block in the pipe. So just think, oh, this happened to my back. So even though, you know, when it really works well physically, in my experience, this is not a medical, but in my experience, when you had an injury a long time ago, it's actually healed, but it's almost like there's a part of your body that doesn't remember that it's healed.
That's
and so
interesting.
there's a little block, and so the tapping just kind of clears that energy out, and then the energy can flow more freely, and our bodies are made to heal. You know, if you get a paper cut, it heals.
That's right. Yes, I believe we can heal everything. I really do. But you know, when I have that physical, now that I understand that, yeah, because I think I'm so upset that my legs hurt. I remember one time I was saying, I wish I didn't have legs, and then the universe spoke to me. Lady went by in a wheelchair. I said, nope, I do want to have my legs. But you know, I'll have to try the tapping. Where would I tap for leg pain?
Well, the same protocol that we're going to do, you can use for any issue. So why don't we try?
I'll take off my glasses. We'll start doing some tapping.
I think maybe think of something that bothers you slightly. And for those of you who are listening, just don't think of the biggest issue in your life, right? Because you also don't want to upset yourself. You're by yourself. You're just trying it. So think of something slightly annoying. You can tell me or not tell me.
Okay, I've thought of something.
Okay. And also, this is a wonderful thing about tapping, is that you don't have to specifically talk about it. Then you give it a rating, like 0 to 10, how much does that bother you?
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, you can say that out loud.
About a 9.
Oh, so it is pretty big.
Yeah.
All right. And just give it a code name.
Like what?
Well, you can either say what it is, or you can say this thing, or we need...
I want this person to shut up.
Okay.
My code name is shut up? Okay.
So the first step is you tap on the side of the hand. Correct. They call this...
This is karate chop?
Karate chop point, side of the hand
I saw in the book say
point.
karate chop, and I couldn't understand what that was.
Like...
Oh, okay.
If you're going to...
So I tap on the karate part first.
And you say a setup statement. So Gary Craig used to say, this is like you set up the bowling pins. So this is like you want to aim the tapping at a certain issue. So I'm upset at this, you're upset at this person for talking too much. Is that correct?
Not talking too much, saying what he says.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, we'll call it the shut up.
The shut up.
The shut up. And how do you feel about it?
Bothers me.
Okay. So even though I'm bothered about this shut up, and you repeat that,
Even though I'm bothered about this shut up,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I
completely love and accept myself.
completely love and accept myself.
And take a breath. And we say that statement 3 times. Even though I'm bothered about this shut up.
Even though I'm bothered about this shut up, I completely love and accept myself.
Even though I'm bothered about this shut up, I completely love and accept myself.
Love and accept myself.
So now we've kind of set the target, and now we just simply tap around the points. I'll show you the points.
Okay.
And we just say a reminder statement. So the first point is at the top of the eyebrows, right here. This shut up.
This shut up.
And then at the side of the eyebrows, this shut up.
This shut up. I don't have to say I completely love and respect my...
No.
No, okay.
And you just take a breath on each
That's good,
point.
because I can't remember what to say.
And then under the eyes, take a breath. This shut up.
Will I get rid of my bags if I do this?
Could be. Under the nose, this shut up.
This shut up.
Chin point. They call it the chin point, but it's this nice little dip in between.
What do they
This
call
shut
it?
up. The chin point.
Oh, the chin point.
This shut up.
This shut up.
On the collarbone. That's good. This shut up. This one is a little odd. It's under the arm, but it's a really important point because it's spleen meridian. You don't have to know that, but it looks a little weird, but it's important.
Spleen meridian?
Shut up.
Shut up.
And then top of the head. Shut up.
Shut up. Huh, that's interesting.
And then blow it out.
So it seems complicated, but it's really not that complicated.
Right, and then just tune back into that. Is it still a 9? Or
It's hard telling. It's hard telling right now.
Okay.
It's hard for me to tell. But I'll work on this. This is interesting. I'll work on it. I wanted to ask you about some other things that can help, because I read in his book that, let's see, it helps physical, emotional, and spiritual problems.
It absolutely does. And if you think about especially ongoing physical ailments, you know, even the doctors say it's 93% emotional and stress caused.
Yes, a lot of your physical issues are.
And Western medicine is excellent at helping, you know, surgery and things, but to get to the root cause, energy is
we don't want
so
to. We don't want to mask the symptoms. We want to.
Exactly. We want to clear the
We want
energy.
to clear the energy. So physical issues okay. There are some other issues it helps too. It helps PTSD, post-traumatic stress.
Yes, and actually one of my friends was part of a EFT for war veterans project study.
Yes.
And when they started, the veterans all scored very high on the PTSD score, and I believe they received 10 sessions. I actually don't remember how many sessions. At the end of it, 94% of the veterans did not.
Amazing.
So it's powerful enough to help veterans with PTSD, and it's gentle enough to work with babies.
Oh my gosh. Now why would babies, I mean, when you're born, you don't have all these issues, do you?
No.
Well, childbirth could be stressful
There
for the
can
baby.
be. There can
Yeah.
be.
Okay, so phobias, anxiety, it helps with anxiety. Like if you can take it-
Anxiety it has been studied, many studies. On my website there's a page with the research. Anxiety and depression, it has significantly reduced. It reduces the stress hormone cortisol.
Depression, that's good because they try to put people on, I listen to the commercials, they put people on this thing for depression, but it can cause suicidal thoughts and you could kill yourself. So why take this drug if it's, you know, I'm just thinking, if you can help with depression with tapping, that would be wonderful.
It's so relieving. It's really, I think it's the #1 self-help tool. And I used to, for years, I wouldn't recommend tapping while driving unless you really know what you're doing and you're in the
maybe
country.
A stoplight. Well, people are on their phones, might as well tap.
But I used to tap in the car on the way to school, and I would just say how I felt. Like, how do I feel? I feel a little overwhelmed. And so I would just say, overwhelmed, overwhelmed. This overwhelm. And then I'd think, how do I want to feel? I choose to feel calm, I choose to feel centered, I choose to feel organized.
You could say how you feel and tap.
I choose to feel, yes, you tap on the feeling, and every day, and I would measure it, and every day I would feel better, and I think that just changed my life.
We have such a nice smile, so you probably tap every day.
Well, you clear the baggage. Literally, you clear the emotional baggage. You know the term people say, oh, you know, he's got some emotional baggage.
Yes.
It literally, we do carry it with us unless we
get rid of it. Yes.
And there's different ways. This
Everybody
isn't the
has
only
emotional.
way.
I mean, I think everybody has emotional and stress issues. And how about this is really interesting. Other issues. It helps with relationships.
Absolutely.
That's good because I know somebody who's lonely and she's looking for somebody. So if she taps, she maybe bring the right person. Do you bring the right person into your life by tapping? Or how does that help?
You can, and you can also release feelings of loneliness. We attract who we are. We attract what we vibrate.
So if you're looking for somebody you feel lonely, you could attract somebody who's lonely.
or you get more loneliness.
Oh.
So, you know, she could tap on, but we also are honest. You know, there's a lot of people that do just affirmations, but if you're really lonely, you don't want to say, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm in love.
Yeah.
You're like, your system's going, no, you're not.
Yeah,
so
right.
You say, this loneliness, this loneliness, this loneliness is telling me that someone's probably out there for me.
Oh, I see.
Releasing loneliness, releasing loneliness.
You release
I
your-
choose love, and it's always an inside job first. I choose love. I choose to feel love. I like feeling love. I can love myself. I can love my friends. I choose my life to be filled with
This
love.
person that's lonely hates the winters too and the cold weather. So if you hate the winter and the cold weather, you're going to be in it, right?
Well, or you know, the things in our life can encourage us to change.
Yeah. if
Or
they think-
to find coziness. Like, what does she really want? Does she
Yeah.
really want warmth? She can get an electric blanket and slippers.
Also, I know a lot of people are going to love this one, weight loss.
Absolutely. I actually am certified in EFT for weight loss.
Really?
Because, you know, really, isn't a lot of our food is emotionally, a lot of our eating is emotionally driven.
Well, a lot of our food is pretty bad, too.
Or
I've never seen
not-
so many big people in my life.
Not making
Not healthy.
intelligent decisions because we
Oh.
want it. Comfort food, you know, weight
just got
loss
an-
and EFT go hand in hand.
I just got an idea. I know I have friends that do Reiki, and they put Reiki energy into their food to make it healthy. Can you tap and make your food healthy? I'm sorry if I put you on the spot there. That just
That's a
came to
good
me.
question. I've never had that question. Can you tap and make your food healthy?
Yeah.
You can
I'm eating
tap.
healthy food. I'm eating healthy food. I'm
You
eating.
can tap and change your energy towards the food, so you can harmonize your energy with the food. Tapping isn't actually changing the energy of the food. But it could change how you process it.
Interesting.
But I think it would be better to tap to eat the way you plan to eat. You know, allow yourself some comfort food, but most of the time eat healthy.
I know. I have a naturopath, and when I did her diet, I lost weight and I felt good. But boy, it was so restricting. Didn't make me very happy. You know, I like chocolate, and I couldn't have chocolate. I couldn't have dairy, and I love organic butter. I could eat a whole stick of it. So, you know, there are a lot of things I couldn't have that I really enjoyed. And to me, that would kind of, you know, decrease your happiness in your life, wouldn't it?
Well, right. There's always a way for balance and moderation
Yeah.
to have good health and have things you
You
enjoy.
like. Also, this I like, limiting beliefs. How does tapping help limiting beliefs? Because I think a lot of us have these limiting beliefs. We don't realize how powerful we are. And we have these limiting, I can't do this, I can't do that. Tapping can help that.
Right. Well, a lot of times we hear something that we know to be not true, right?
For example?
Like, I'm not good enough. You might have this overwhelming feeling, or I can't do this because I'm a woman, or something usually that your parents told you when you were little. You're not good at speaking, or whatever. So it is in there in the subconscious, and that is where tapping
My
is
mom
great.
told me when I was growing up that, I could never be president. I wouldn't want to be because I wasn't born in America, which is fine with me. But she said, you can't be Miss America because you have bow legs. Well, I never had bow legs. I was skinny, but I didn't have bow legs. So I can't be Miss America. Not that I want to be.
But
I remember my mom saying that. But my mom was great. I really have good feelings about my mom.
Right, so if your parents made you feel like not pretty or something, you could say, and when you realize consciously as an adult that that's crazy, right? Then you can tap on that belief, you know, I'm not pretty because I have bow legs. I'm not pretty because I have bow legs. And then at some point it's just going to go, that's ridiculous. And then it's
She didn't
almost
say I
like
wasn't pretty. She just said I couldn't be Miss America.
unhooks.
She just said I couldn't be Miss America, but she never said I wasn't pretty.
I was just using that as
Yeah,
an
the right
example.
example, yeah.
Like if someone, because we all have things that we were told that we know consciously aren't true.
Yeah. Well, I knew it wasn't true because some lady told me when I had nice legs. Somebody that liked my legs, but whatever. I don't know, I'm just thinking these, now we're talking about these, I'm just thinking, no, I had a really good childhood and had wonderful parents, but anyway, relationships, weight loss, limiting beliefs, financial issues. You tap off, people say, oh, I can't afford that, or I can't,
We have a lot of programming about abundance. Most people, even studies show, follow in their parents' general financial footsteps, or
Right.
if you believe that rich people are greedy.
Or it's bad, or it's evil to have money. I don't. I think it's great to have money, but some people believe money's evil.
Yes.
It's what you do with it.
Right, right. So those, I like to liken those beliefs to a computer program. It's on the computer, it's working, even if you're working against it. If we don't have enough abundance, there probably is some sort of program that says this is what you deserve, you're not deserving, or it's hard. Making money has to be hard. Like if you were taught that, work hard to make your money. Like not everyone works hard to make money.
No,
And
work
you were
smart.
given that as with good intention, right?
Yes.
So you wouldn't be lazy. But then if you're not working hard, there's kind of an underlying assumption that, okay, now I'm not going to make money because I'm not working hard. So you can tap to release that by saying the belief and tapping on it until it feels like it's kind of dissipated. And then you can choose, money comes to me easily and joyfully.
Yes. Oh, I
Money
like that
comes
one.
to me
I'm
easily
going to work
and
on that one. I
joyfully.
like that.
Money comes to me easily and joyfully. So we're reprogramming our energy system, which is kind of like the battery packs that power our outer life.
Wow, this is amazing. We talked about stress. I think this would be great because I think all of us have some kind of a stress. So I think tapping's good. I have this question, but I think you answered already. Can you just tap to make your body feel good? And you can. You tap just to make yourself feel good.
You can even just tap through the points, which brings all the meridians into balance.
So can you tap without saying anything? Just to make you feel good, yeah.
And breathing.
You breathe while you tap? Do you breathe like in and out? I mean, I know you breathe in and out, but I mean deeply?
I think a deep, comfortable breath on each point helps
Like you're taking it in.
the energy move.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because if you think of it almost like electricity, it's almost like electrical energy. So just like our subconscious underlies the conscious mind, people get that. So our energy body kind of underlies our physical body. So if we bring our energy into balance, then there's greater hope for physical balance, emotional balance, mental balance. We feel more empowered in our own energy.
I was going to ask you to give me an example, but I think one of the best examples you gave on tapping was the men, the veterans who had the emotional stress from being in the service, and it really helped most of them. I think that's wonderful. Are any books that you want to recommend besides Nick Ortner's? I'll hold that up. This is a great book, folks. This is a really good book.
That is a great book. There's a whole series that EFT Universe and Gary put out on EFT books. There's many books. I would say that would be my top one.
This is really, and it's easy. A lot of books, are complicated, but he did a good job. It's good to understand. He gives examples. Now you give an example, so you don't have to give any more. You gave an example how tapping has helped clients. So we don't need to, is there anything you want to add before we end? We're getting near the end of the show. Is there anything you want to add that I might have forgotten?
Try it on everything. Just try it the first time. And the important thing about rating it is, because it might feel like, oh, this is silly, why do I do this? But if you say, I feel upset, and it's a 7. The other one thing I would say that's really helpful is say, oh, when I think about this person, I'm really upset. It's about 7 to 10. Or with children, you go, how upset are you? And they go, this upset.
Oh.
You can just do it with your hands.
Uh-huh.
And then also for most people, it's helpful to notice where you feel that. Where do you feel that? Oh, it's like a clenching in my stomach, or it's a pressure in my chest. And then this upset, this upset, this upset, this upset, this upset, because your consciousness is on that. Then after you tap 1 or 2 or 3 rounds through it, I would tune back in, this upset. It's kind of like a 4 now. So if you know, but I'm still upset, they'll say, but I'm still upset. Yes, but if you know that in just a couple minutes you changed from a 7 to a 4,
That's pretty good.
then you have the power to go lower. You can
Yes.
get it to a 3, you can get it to a 2, you can
Yes.
get it to a 1, you can get it to a 0. And this is great for children or teenagers. You can go in the bathroom stall and tap. And it is becoming, we've seen athletes and movie stars doing it. They have camera, like people do it because it works.
So this is getting out there. A lot of
It
people
is.
are doing it. That's great.
It's pretty mainstream now.
Thank you, Robin. This has
You're
been
welcome.
really fun. This has been really good. So we'll have to have you back on some other topic, okay?
Wonderful. I'd
Okay.
love to.
Okay, now I want to say goodbye to the studio audience. Thank you for watching our show. And also, please let us know what you think of the show. You can email us at parapsychologytoday24@gmail.com. I think I got that right. Anyway, it'll be in the credits, as well as Robin's website and her email address if you want to reach her. Her website is great. I looked at it. You might want to look at it too. Thank you for watching another edition. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.